It is once again time to take a look at all of the new PlayStation 4 game releases of October 2019 and deciding on what games you should buy and what games you are better off waiting on a sale for. I feel like it's very important more now than ever to do these kinds of videos because there are a million games coming out. As you're gonna see in this video, there are so many games that we have to cover, and this isn't even every single game coming out in October. We've omitted a couple of titles because for the most part we don't know too much about those games, and I think you're better off waiting for a sale on all of those titles unless you're inherently excited for a sports release like a WWE 2K20, or you've been super excited for one of the more niche releases, whatever the case may be. But we've still got a ton of games to go over. Specifically, we're gonna go over 5 games that you should buy and a whopping 17 games I recommend you guys to wait on a sale for or skip altogether. So to start things off on a positive note, let's go over the games that I would say are buys. Now, buys are always a little bit hard to get into this list because I'm always a little bit conservative with my money, but there are a couple of titles that I think are going to be worth your full price. First up, I do want to mention The Outer Worlds coming October 25th as a buy. This is, of course, coming from Obsidian, and as Obsidian's final release on the PlayStation 4, I do think it's going to be a pretty good game. Of course, Obsidian has been acquired by Microsoft, and their future titles are probably going to be Xbox and PC exclusives. Whatever the case may be, The Outer Worlds is dropping on the PlayStation 4, and it looks quite good. Now, this isn't going to be as massive of an RPG that maybe a Cyberpunk 2077 or a Witcher 3 or even a Dragon Age Inquisition was. However, this game is really relying on its replayability. A lot of decisions to be made in this game, and it's looking very good. Maybe not from a technical sense. The visuals aren't anything technically mind-blowing. However, given that it's an Obsidian RPG, I think it's going to turn out really well. Now, this is one that has an unfortunate tale for PlayStation 4 users because on PC and Xbox One, it is going to be available with an Xbox Game Pass subscription. On PlayStation 4, our only option to play the game is to pay the full $60. So on that sense, the game being a part of a subscription service right out the gate, that makes me think that the game will go on sale relatively quickly. However, I still think it's a game that if you're interested in, if you want a quality RPG, it's absolutely going to be worth your $60. And come October 25th, I think most of you guys that pick it up will be very pleased by it. Okay, that's a Western RPG. How about a JRPG flair? The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3 will be dropping on October 22nd, and that is absolutely a buy. Now, this is a buy if you played Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. These games are very much reliant on their storytelling, and if you're going into Trails of Cold Steel blind, that is not what you should do. You should play the other games, even though that they do have recap videos. You're only getting so much out of a 7-minute recap video that you do playing, you know, a north of 50-hour JRPG. The Trails of Cold Steel franchise is excellent. I don't really want to get into the story, but that is the strongest element of the game. That and the characters. The battle system is what it is. It's a quality-made turn-based battle system. It's got some great music, and those elements are definitely well done for a traditional JRPG, but as far as game quality goes, it is really taken to the next level based on its excellent writing, excellent character development, and excellent storytelling. And if you've yet to play Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, well, I would jump on those 2 games first and then get excited for Trails of Cold Steel 3 as it is scheduled to drop on October 22nd. Couple of PlayStation 4 exclusives that I'm excited for come October that I think are buys are Concrete Genie first. That's dropping October 8th, and I'm very excited for this game. It looks like an incredibly charming game, and best of all, it will be released at a $29.99 price point, and for that price point, I think from the get-go, it is going to be a buy. Now, if a game is being released at $30, it's getting a physical release. How much cheaper is it really going to get that quickly? I doubt that it's going to be south of like $20, so I would say if you have interest in a charming game like Concrete Genie, pick it up from the get-go, and I do think you're going to be pleased by it. And the studio that's working on the title does look like they're doing a good job on it. I don't expect something as grandiose as a typical PS4 exclusive, but given the $29.99 price point, that is something I'm definitely willing to slide on. Also, another exclusive dropping on October 25th is the Medieval remake. This is something that, going back to the early days on this channel, I saw so many comments and requests for people saying that they wanted a Medieval remake. Well, now it's happening. The original Medieval is coming back in the form of this Medieval remake. Medieval is one of those iconic PlayStation franchises, and it's been dormant for so long that it's exciting to see it make a comeback. And best of all, it is enticing for a newcomer to Medieval because you're not being asked to pay $59.99 or even $39.99. Once again, much like Concrete Genie, it will be a budget $29.99 release, and I think that will inherently get a lot of people to jump on board, even if they don't have that nostalgic attachment to the franchise. franchise. Yes, for me and those of you that have nostalgia attached to Medieval as a franchise and you played it back on the PS1, we're gonna pay whatever the asking price is, but you have to understand that this game is being marketed towards so many people that have never played Medieval before, and the fact that it is being released at $29.99, I think it's gonna make it a much more captivating pickup. So that is dropping on October 25th. Very much excited for that. And lastly, I would say that Frostpunk Console Edition is going to be a buy. That will be dropping on October 11th, and I believe it will be released at $29.99. Frostpunk is a game that I played a lot of on PC, and it was done by 11-Bit Studios, the same guys that brought you This War of Mine, and that game was fantastic. Had this very dark and drab presentation, and Frostpunk is also a very emotional and moving game where it's very dark in presentation, and you do have to make a lot of moral decisions that's going to impact everybody in the society of Frostpunk, and that really adds another layer to the gameplay of the game and the decision making. Initially, Frostpunk actually saw a little bit of backlash on PC with its lack of content, but that has been remedied greatly, and with the console edition dropping on October 11th, you're going to have all that content from the get-go. You're going to be paying the low price of $30. It is going to be a great buy if you are into those simulation survival games. It's going to be right up your alley. If you enjoyed This War of Mine and you like the dark presentation of that game and you want something similar to that, Frostpunk is going to be a great buy, so definitely do give it a look when it drops on October 11th. Alright, so those are the 5 games I would say are buys. Now, obviously, for someone that isn't into Japanese RPGs, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3 probably won't be up your alley. If you're not into survival games, Frostpunk isn't going to be up your alley, but if you're into the respective genres or the IPs, these games I think are going to be of immense quality for the price points. Alright, now let's go over all of the games I would say are skip, and I want to go over the big budget releases and give you guys some background as to why I would say skip these titles for now, and then we'll also talk some of the smaller games that I do think you guys should have on your radar, but maybe not necessarily a day one buy. Okay, kicking things off, October is going to bring the release of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare soft reboot. That's dropping October 25th. Now, if you're a giant fan of Call of Duty, by all means pick it up. At this point, I just think Call of Duty has its climatized fan base, and if you're not into it, you're probably not going to check it out. I would recommend you to check out the free open beta that is running right now, and there's going to be another open beta kicking off next week. It's going to feature crossplay, all that good stuff. But again, no element of Call of Duty Modern Warfare makes me think that somebody that hasn't been into Call of Duty for so long is going to jump back into it. However, it has been normalized for Call of Duty games to get discounted relatively quickly. That wasn't the case in the past. When Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and the early Black Ops games were coming out, they would not go on sale for a very long time. You saw with Black Ops 4, that game hit the $30 price point really quickly, and I'm imagining something similar happening with Modern Warfare. I imagine the people early on will pay $60 for it, but then come Black Friday, come later in the holiday season or early 2020, the game will be significantly discounted, and on that end, if you do want to check it out then, by all means pick it up. But initially, for $60, it's just another Call of Duty game. Yes, it has some refinements. Yes, it's introducing some new elements, but core Call of Duty is core Call of Duty. You're either in with it or you're not, and in this case, I do imagine the majority of people have already made up their mind on that end. Okay, here's another major title that some of you guys might be upset at for me saying that it's way for a sale. How about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint? That'll be coming October 4th. Look, I've said it before, Ubisoft games, I cannot justify saying drop your hard-earned $60 for them day one. Look at The Division 2. The Division 2 went down on sale to $30 just a few months after it came out, and now it's regularly available at that price point. If you think Ghost Recon Breakpoint isn't going to go through something similar, you are kidding yourself. I am figuring by Black Friday it's going to be super cheap. I imagine that the Ultimate Edition is going to go on sale very quickly. Whatever the case may be, Breakpoint looks like a high-quality game. However, it's a Ubisoft game. It's gonna go on sale very quickly. That's a formality. And from that end, I would say wait on a sale for Ghost Recon Breakpoint, although if you're super eager to play it, if you want to play it when the rage is there and all your buddies are playing it, then fine, pick it up on October 4th. But if you're a little bit more budget conscious and you want to wait on a game that's going to go on sale very quickly, Ghost Recon Breakpoint is absolutely a game that's going to go on sale very quickly. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep is another game I would say wait on a sale for. That's dropping October 1st. Of course, the latest expansion to Destiny 2. If you're super invested to Destiny 2 still, I mean, by all means pick it up. But Destiny 2 expansions and all Destiny 2 content usually goes on sale pretty quickly, so from that end, I would say wait on a sale for Destiny 2. Destiny 2 hasn't been the most captivating experience in the world either, so I really can't justify dropping the full $35 on it come October 1st. Okay, Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, that's coming October 4th. Another one to wait on a sale for. Overpriced remasters are just that. Yes, Ghostbusters was a quirky little game, but these games are priced too expensively sometimes, and that's the case with Ghostbusters, the video game. Wait on a sale for this one. When it's south of $20, it might be worth a pickup, but at the release price point, probably not going to be worth it. Trine 4 and the Nightmare Prince drops October 8th. I'm a big fan of Trine, but I am also aware of the fact that the Trine games go on sale relatively quickly. They are also putting out a Trine Ultimate Collection physically, which includes every Trine game. That's Trine 1, Trine 2, Trine 3, and Trine 4. That is going to be full priced, and I do believe that's going to go on sale relatively quickly as well. So Trine, while it's going to be a good game, again, one that I do see going on sale rather quickly. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is another cool platformer that's coming October 8th. I really love the first Yooka-Laylee. Didn't think the game was worth full price, and again, another title that did go on sale pretty quickly. So on that end, I would say wait on a sale for this one. I'm going to cover the rest of the games relatively quickly as there are a couple of unknowns in here, but I'll add a little bit as well. Mistover looks like a really cool RPG, and I would highly recommend you to have that on your radar. It comes October 10th, and that's a game that I'm touting that could be one of the sleeper hits of the year. Keep an eye on that one. Grid is getting a reboot come October 11th. It's Grid. It's a cool racing game. I just don't see the buzz around this game. I don't see it performing all too well commercially, and I could see it going on sale very quickly. So October 11th, I'm interested in it. I loved Grid 2 back in the day, but this one I will say wait on a sale for. Eternal Blade 2 is dropping October 11th. This is a digital only release, and if you have interest in this game, by all means pick it up. This is one of those titles that I think I have to wait more so and see what the pricing is going to be rather than saying wait on a sale for this one, because I don't think Eternal Blade 2 is gonna be a game that goes on sale fairly quickly. If it's of high quality come October 11th with all of the critical reception, and it's a game that seems like it'll be interesting to you, by all means pick that one up. Children of Morta just had a release on PC, received rather well on there. It'll be coming to consoles on October 15th. A game to keep your eyes on, but I wouldn't say it would be worth the full price point. Monkey King Hero is back, dropping October 17th. This is being released at a hefty $40 price point, which is definitely better than the typical $59.99 price point. Looks like an interesting action game, but another title I could see going on sale pretty quickly. But an interesting game nonetheless, and not a lot of people are talking about that one, so one to keep on your radar. Also, October 17th, we have the release of Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes Complete Edition. Now, obviously, this isn't your traditional No More Heroes game. It was already released on Nintendo Switch, and yes, while it had that quirky No More Heroes presentation, it wasn't No More Heroes, and it wasn't at that quality level. Still, if you like that quirkiness, it's a game to keep on your radar, but not pay full price for. I don't think it's going to be worth it on that end, but nonetheless, I did want to give it a mention. Okay, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is coming October 18th. Plants vs. Zombies, charming fun. The expensive price point does hurt it a little bit, but a game that you should definitely be aware of that is coming. It's an EA release, so on that end as well, that's always going to keep people a little bit at bay, but I did want to give that a mention. Dust Diver is coming October 25th, and that looks like a pretty interesting Japanese action game, a game that doesn't seem like it has a lot of depth to it, and at the high price point, I don't think it's going to be worth a buy from the get-go, but nonetheless, that'll be coming as well. Yakuza 4 Remastered will be dropping October 29th. Now, the issue with this game is you have to buy the collection, which includes Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, and Yakuza 5 is dropping February 11th alongside a physical release. So if you want all three of those games physically, you can wait until February 11th and get the physical edition. If you've already bought Yakuza 3, you got the collection, so you'll be getting Yakuza 4 as well. Nothing really stands out about Yakuza 4 to make me say, okay, go out of your way to drop $60 on this one specifically, get Yakuza 3 along the way. At this point, if you've waited long enough, you might as well wait until the collection is completed and get the physical version come February 11th. Atelier Ryza Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout is coming October 29th. Yes, this is taking the Atelier franchise to another level, but at the same time, $60 for Atelier is a little bit of a hard sell. That's always going to be the case. When you compare that to The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, I think Trails of Cold Steel is just going to be a more captivating experience. The issue with Trails of Cold Steel, again, it's very much relying on its story, so you do have to play the prior two games if you do just want to enter a JRPG in October and start fresh. Atelier Ryza might not be a bad option, but if you compare game to game, Trails of Cold Steel 3 will probably be the better option. And lastly, for you Halloween fanatics out there, Moons of Madness will be dropping on Halloween Day. That looks like a very interesting horror title with a captivating story. Usually these horror games go on sale rather quickly, so I'm hesitant in saying pick it up day one, but if you do want a Halloween themed game to play on Halloween, then maybe that'll be a good idea. But I'm sure that there's been a litany of horror titles that you already missed out on, whether it be Evil Within 2, maybe you didn't play Resident Evil 2 earlier this year. At this point, that's available super cheap, so there's really no reason to go out of your way to get Moons of Madness specifically, unless you've exhausted all the other horror games and you want to play one on Halloween, then I would say go for it. But at this point, I think that is something to wait on a sale for as well. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, there are so many games coming out in October, and honestly, a lot of the games I said wait on a sale for, you could say that they're fringe buys. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, if you're super into Call of Duty, by all means pick it up. Eternal Blade 2 honestly looks pretty captivating, and I think that could surprise a lot of people. Trine 4 will probably be pretty good. Games like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I would highly recommend you to wait on a sale for. I know that there's a lot of people excited for it, but I could just very much see that game being dirt cheap very quickly. You just look at Ubisoft games in recent memory, whether it be The Division 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they just hit the bargain bin really, really quickly, and I don't want you guys to be kicking yourselves, you know, just a month after the release of Breakpoint and being like, man, it's already down to $30. I could have just waited a month and get it at that price point. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen, so I would say wait a little bit. At the very least, it'll see a steep discount come Black Friday. That's gonna conclude this video. Do sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.